Welcome to Topline Hotline.
Hello, everybody. In your face, it's Theocracy Thursdays. We're a God-controlled dictatorship where you're not allowed to vote or have any rights.
We just lost our listeners.
Just kidding. It's not Theocracy Thursday, you dummies.
I want to start my company-wide huddle like that. That's the slide.
Theocracy Thursday. Topline Hotline. That's short. Hello, everyone. You're listening to Topline Hotline. It's a short 5 to 10 to 15-minute segment with your co-hosts AJ Bruno, Asad Zaman, Sam Jacobs. We're going to be talking about questions from go-to-market, giving you our best, most thoughtful answers, and it really has nothing to do with theocracy. That was just an alliteration thing that I was trying out. I don't think it worked, and if I offended you in any way, I apologize.
I do think that it's an interesting question. Like, should you run a company like a democracy or an authoritative setup? I think
Definitely should not be a democracy.
I think so as well.
What was the Zappos way of doing things? They had a whole book, Tony Hsieh.
Holacracy. He called it holacracy.
Holacracy. Yeah.
What was the premise?
Unclear.
Unclear. Well,
No
I
titles,
really broke through.
It was self-forming pod. Do you know it's total? We're not going to get the question, but you know Steam, the company Steam.
Like
No.
the thing where is it like a video game thing?
Yeah, the video game, like it's run like that, where you like it's self-actualize into pods. Like everyone's unorganized, and you organize into pods, and you create the best of best, and you have to like all be on the same page about what video game you're creating. That's why Half-Life 3 has never come out. Oh
wow.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
That's also a model not to do.
I need Bob on this top line, apparently, for video games. Like, AJ, shut up.
No, don't shut up. I want to hear about it.
No, it's all good.
Don't you dare shut up.
You
keep talking.
Keep talking, AJ.
You keep talking.
I like your voice.
The question. Give us the question. Give us the question.
AJ, if you show me yours, I'll show you mine. I'll show it to you. Show me. I want to see.
Oh my God, you're still going. Okay, I think this is the rule. The main episode, PG-13. We won't abuse, we won't say anything. This one is the wild one.
Nothing said, nothing bad.
I like the wild rest.
Okay, so here's the question. It's from a CRO channel in Pavilion Slack. And the question is, one of our portfolio companies is using the BANT methodology for lead qualification, aiming to determine if the potential customer has the budget, authority, and need along with their expected timeline. The challenge is they offer a new technology and a new category that almost by definition people don't have a budget for or a timeline for, but they typically have the need and hopefully have the authority if we're doing our things right. I've heard in the past that BANT is bad for these situations since companies don't have the budget yet. The answer is always no. Instead of BANT, what lead qualification methodology would you recommend in this case? So essentially, a super early stage company that's doing something highly disruptive, how should they think about methodology? Or let's throw in something, should they even think about methodology? AJ, our resident commercial expert.
Everyone, I'm not allowed to swear on this, right? I can't swear.
No, you cannot swear.
Okay. Well, everyone hates on BANT, and I.
What were you gonna say? Everyone like poops on BANT?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And I don't get that because BANT has such a great simplicity to what it's trying to convey. It's very clear. I get the challenge of the budget and authority aspect of it. However, I would question the company's ambition that early in their life cycle. Are they actually a product market fit? They're trying to create a brand new like category and evangelize right off the bat. Really, really, really hard to do. So look, if you have a sales team, a commercial sales team, enterprise, whatever, yeah, you can go medpic, medic, or whatever, all the methodologies that Sam's going to tell us about in his next, when he talks here in a second.
When he talks in the next in the next part of the thing.
How does this work, guys? How does this happen? Bant's fine.
When
I don't
Sam
have
talks.
any. I don't have any suggestions, Asad, on this one.
But AJ, like,
I was hoping you were going to pick on Sam, and then I could have like talked.
let me
you
let me
through
push
it.
a little bit. Then let me push. So
Thank you.
there are many companies that are doing something that is new and different. Like, the whole beauty of technology is that you sometimes create value from nothing. You're not just taking value away from others, you're creating it. Like, if you're OpenAI, that was like creating the first gen AI product in the market, there is no budget, there is no need. People don't know anything, but you're evangelizing and creating a need and creating a category. I guess the question becomes, pre-product market fit, should you care about these type of things? Like, should you care about how am I qualifying, what is the methodology, or does that come into play once you have product market fit?
I like that. You should have said that version of the question.
That's a good question.
You guys always hate on me. These are other people's questions.
No, you asked the question in a better way than the person that asked the
That's
question.
because
You know what you're doing. The value always exceeds the budget. Do all three of us own OpenAI, ChatGPT?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. If a OpenAI sales rep came to us and explored a commercial license with our companies, would we explore that?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
so. They'd have
Great.
to train me on some like useful use cases.
Yeah, for sure. So budget's there, authority's there. Come on, it still exists. Yes, I think
That's
pre-product market fit. But I mean, OpenAI has ChatGPT has product market fit. But pre-product market fit, you can still have the discussion around the value of the service that you're providing to the customer. That will open up the budget and authority. They come second to the need and the timing of it. That's my thought.
I like that thought. Sam, what do you think?
What I think is, first of all, I think Medic is better than BANT. So to AJ's point about when Sam talks, Sam is now talking.
See, we know each other so well.
No, I think I'm going to disagree a little bit. First of all, here's what I think. I think qualification methodology matters early. I think it's part of getting to product market fit, to be honest. I think only because I've advised and have been talking to technical co-founders, even as recently as this week, where they show me their pipeline. There's no meaningful stages. It's not clear what it means. You know, they have like expressed interest, strong interest. I'm like, what does that mean, strong interest? Like, what are the objective criteria? This is a company that's doing like 200,000 in ARR and you know, wants to raise a seed round. And I was like, you got to get to $1 million in ARR. At least that's what we heard on our investor call. And to get to $1 million in ARR, and they got a big pipeline. But like, how do I understand that the pipeline's real? If I'm going to invest in a seed stage company, like, how do I know that that's real? And the way that I would know that it's real is there's some qualification methodology, actually. So, because I think product market fit means that the customers have renewed, right? Or at least a meaningful chunk of them. Like, product market fit isn't I'm searching for a problem. That's market fit, right? Searching for a problem. People have agreed to give it a shot. They've given me some money for it, but I still don't know whether they're going to renew for subsequent years. That's not product market fit. That's market fit. Product market fit is I have a batch of early customers and they've all converted from their trial into ongoing customer relationships. And I'm trying to show that there's meaningful traction beyond the 10 people that I just happened to call that I knew when I was starting the company and that I've been talking about this thing for 10 years. So I think that qualification methodology is actually very helpful, particularly for non-GTM founders, like technical founders that don't have a background in sales, because it gives them an objective criteria to understand whether the company, whether their prospects are interested. That's the first thing I think. The second thing I think is, okay, we need a qualification methodology. Do we prefer BANT versus others? Yeah, I think we prefer Medic. Medic doesn't talk about budget because exactly to what we're talking about, there is no budget for any of these. A new category. I mean, if you're creating a new commission planning software, then maybe there's predefined budget. But Medic is metrics, economic indicator, decision-making criteria. I forget what data, probably. I forget what the I is. One of the C's is competitor. I forget what the other C is.
Content.
But yes, something like that. But
look at our sales experts,
well, you can Google what Medic stands for. But it's not about did they agree a year ago that they were going to buy this category of thing that didn't exist, which I think the problem with BANT is the B. The other problem. Yeah, go ahead, AJ.
No, this is why Sam should have gone first. But
No, I
also,
just-
I'm gonna blame my pain medication for my wisdom teeth going out, that I'm not fully there with it. So
Thank God you sold me half of it.
This is a side hustle.
Just kidding.
this is
I'm not diminishing the
Top Line
opioid
Hotline
crisis.
episode for sure.
So MEDIC is metrics, economic buy, decision criteria, decision process, identify pain, and champion.
Exactly right. Budget's not in there.
Yeah.
Budget's not in there. It's like, have I quantified the ROI? Do I know who the buying center is? Have we mapped out how they make decisions? That's all stuff. That's not just like, hey, do you have budget for this? Also, when you ask that, it's just so annoying for buyers. You're like, do you have budget?
It's so
Like,
bad. I get very
stop reading
triggered.
off your stupid list. Anyway, so I think MEDIC is better than BANT, but I think something is better than nothing. That's my answer.
Sam, so one of the things that one has to then think about is you identify the pain, right? And by identifying the pain, you can kind of quantify what solving this will save you, and hence create this analysis where you're like, here's what we're charging, but we're saving you all this money, and so it's totally worth it. So you should create the budget for it. So even if you didn't have the budget, now you'll create it for it. What is, like, when you're talking to these early stage companies, how much of a delta does there need to be between how much value I'm providing you and how much I'm charging you when I'm under $1 million or at $1 million in revenue?
Any solution needs to be 10x.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's the rough, because nobody's going to believe you. And by the way, last thing on this topic, but the evolution of what's happened, because if you read the Challenger customer, you know that the number of people involved in a software purchasing decision is growing. I don't know if it's exponentially, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the proliferation of point solutions, many of which don't work, has created, as Chris, what's the guy's name? Matt Dixon wrote in,
Yes.
What's the new book called? Jolt. It's fear of messing up, FOMO, not FOMO. And so the thing that you have to convey is not that your thing is 10 times better. The thing you have to convey is, here's why this is not a risky decision for you as a buyer. Here's the outs in the contract. Here's the other customers where implementation has gone great. It's not, people believe that the thing will improve their status quo. They just, the pain of change and the pain of being wrong around that change is higher than the perceived 10x value. And so what you need to spend your time doing is telling them why they're not going to get fired, why it's an easy implementation, and why they have outs if things don't go the way that you say that they're going to go.
So many decisions, or so many decisions at the exec level just happen because of risk minimization for themselves as individuals, as well as blame minimization. I don't want to mess this up, and so I'm not going to try anything.
Yeah, it's far more expensive to mess something up than to be the hero.
Become totally different topic, but it's so fascinating. There's so many more, the term above the line and below the line.
Yep.
There's become so many more below the line thinkers in this world because of that very principle, where people are just like not wanting to put their head above water to like mess something up in that very way.
Well, it's fair. You know why it's fair? Because if I'm an exec who's worked I'm in this big behemoth of a company, I've played the game, I've gotten to the top, and now some company that's like a series A or B stage company is coming and pitching me this thing that, and if it works, will like make me look great and get me maybe from VP to SVP. But if it doesn't work, I'm out. And it's too early, it's too small, I don't see enough reason not to feel scared, so I don't do it. I think it's a fair human instinct when you're dealing with these earlier stage companies and you're at that stage in those type of companies.
I agree. And my doorbell just rang.
Wow.
And this has been a 14-minute top line hotline. And it's like you can send somebody, anyway, it's funny. People, I hope you have a great Thursday. I hope you do. I want you to remember,
or not, theocracy or not,
and AJ wants to make it clear,
thinking or not.
If you show him yours, he will show you his.
Oh my God! Send him his direct messages
and DMs. Slide into his DMs. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you next Monday.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.